All right, guys, so here we are on our virtual production set. And as you can see behind me, we have a giant LED wall. Our wall happens to be about 30 feet wide by 12 and a half feet tall. We've got our virtual background back there. And as you can see, like the advantages of shooting on an LED wall versus green screen. So you're getting real light emission from the wall, and we're getting reflections on our surfaces. The other big advantage for shooting on LED wall is you no longer have to worry about transparency. You can see right through the bottle, you can see the background. So what we're doing here is we're capturing in-camera visual effects. So we've done a lot of prep work in building the background and setting the foreground elements. So we've taken all these elements, we're kind of combining them. So we're doing everything in camera. So at the end of it, all we really got to do is color grade. And that's a massive advantage for cutting down on post-production. Shooting on an LED wall gets the whole crew to kind of feel immersed in that environment. Gaffers can make lighting adjustments on the fly. They can tell when things feel out of place. Set design can position things to compose for the frame. Everybody gets a chance to see that kind of very close to final image through the monitor because we're doing in-camera visual effects. So right here we have these base stations that are kind of strategically placed throughout our scene. They're tracking this little tracker right here on top of the camera. And this is sending positional data and rotational data back to Unreal Engine. And that's making our virtual camera move in the exact same way as our real camera. And that's important because it does a couple of things. One, we're getting correct parallax between our background image and our foreground subjects. The other thing that we're getting to is we're actually using something called a frustum cam. The frustum cam is this little box on the screen, and it's what the virtual camera is seeing. And that helps us be more efficient with our rendering so that we're only rendering highly detailed what the camera is seeing, and the rest of it is just kind of like there for lighting cue. All right, so the next thing I want to talk about is set design and virtual production. And for set design, we're talking about both the virtual set and the practical set. And this really is an important step for mixing these realities together. The wall does a lot of heavy lifting in immersing those realities together, but just like with any production, good set design and good lighting makes the difference. So when we were in the design phase talking about what this environment would be, the art department from the client sent me over some of the props that they would be using, and they have these tool chests that are kind of like in our foreground element practically. And if you can kind of tell in the background, I've got virtual copies of those in the background. And it's subtle, but those little details of matching between those realities help blend those two realities together. The other thing that's really awesome about using Unreal Engine for set design for virtual production is our background can kind of be whatever we imagine it to be. And as you can see back there, we have a pretty like big environment with a branded logo to scale in the background, and that would be kind of costly and challenging to build something like that practically. But with Unreal Engine, we can build anything that our minds can imagine.